Hello, hi guys. Welcome to the Football Showdown channel. I hope you all are doing well. And yeah, let's kick things off with today's stream. And it would be mostly about the Arsenal versus Spurs game that we had today. We lost. And to discuss that further, I'll first call on the usual suspects, Aarush and Sucheet. And to dissect the entire game, the preseason that Arsenal has had till now, you have got two special guests, and let me introduce them. So, first being Prath, SemperFi Arsenal. All of you know that, and he's been on our channel previously as well. And now today we have another guest who is a very known account on Twitter, and he's someone whose tactical insights have actually, helped me learn the game more as well. So let me call upon WatmanAFC, aka Manaspai.
Hello, what's up?
Yeah, Manus. Glad to have you here, bro.
Yeah,
Apparently, I'm a well-known account on Twitter.
Yeah,
you
you're
are.
pretty well known. We did get to know a lot about you, especially your recent podcast on Spotify.
Pod short pod.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Podshot, when you spoke about Yorkers, that really introduced me to your content. Really, really great content as well. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. For me, let me also welcome you back to welcome you to the channel. Welcome, and Prath, it's nice to have you back on the channel as well.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Let's kickstart things off. Like the title suggests, Arsenal versus Tottenham, a small match reaction, right? We'll start off with Manas, bro. What did you think generally regarding the game?
So I'm somebody, I don't know, man. I was watching and I was like, why are we playing like this? And then I had to be reminded that it's a preseason game.
Mhm.
So don't be that. It's not that deep. It's a training exercise and all of that. But I don't think it's weird that a North London derby is being played in Hong Kong, and it shouldn't be. Like, we should not be playing Newcastle and Spurs because it was unnecessarily physical and unnecessarily intense.
Mhm.
So I just hope everybody's fine, and that's basically it. Yeah.
Fair enough. Parth?
Yeah, it was basically the 24-25 season that we had. The same kind of football, the same issues, the same players being talked about. So, yeah, it wasn't anything new. But the worrying thing for me is even when we had the players we have brought in just now, things did not really change. We are playing the same way.
Yep. Fair enough. To all the concurrent views out there, 12 concurrent views out there right now, a small request for all you guys, just get the stream to 15 likes. We're trying to push the stream where the YouTube algorithm pushes the stream to other people out there so that they can come in and build this community that we are trying to do. The channel has hit 1.8k subscribers last night morning, wherever you are in the world. We're trying to hit 2k subscribers as well. So if you are not yet subscribed, keep subscribing and let's build this community. Trying to hit the 2k subscribers before the season starts. We just have 3 weeks. I know it's a big ask. 3 weeks, 200 subscribers, big ask. But the season ended 2 months back and we just hit 1000 then, and suddenly we hit 800 subscribers in then. So it's still a possibility. Let's try and do that. Okay. We're taking a few comments as well from the people who watched the matches. Thomas John said, same old to the right and cross. Yep, that has been the case. Before it was Saka and Inshallah, then it became match dominant Inshallah for a while. Mr. Sarwin, that's Miles' mistake trying to dribble there for that goal. Cool. Okay, we'll talk about it. Manjeet Singh, thanks Sucheet, no background. Well, so the normal place that I go and stream at Starbucks, because I can't normally stream at home. That place has permanently shut down, so I had to stream at home. That's why the delay from 8:30 to 9:30 p.m. let's just hope that I can do this from home. If not, I'll go out and find some other place. So yeah. 8 words says same low block issues since 2020 to 23. Cool. Okay. First half अच्छे से देखा, didn't watch second half properly. Fair enough, bro. I was struggling as well to watch the second half as well. Did you guys feel the same as well? Did you guys struggle to watch the second half?
I mean, second half was not good. First half was much better than the second.
Okay. Okay.
I think the players are actually, holding themselves back as well, because the last thing we want is injuries right now, and
Yeah.
the football season is just starting in around 15 more days.
Hmm.
So it makes sense for them not to push and go on full tempo, I would say, right now.
Hmm.
So I think yeah. So even in the other games, we have seen players getting taken off at around 60th or 70th minute.
Yeah.
The youngsters are coming up, like Dominic come out and he like showed he's very good, right? But the other senior guys aren't pushing a lot out there. But I think that's what instructions are right now. And as Manas said that, just because it was Spurs and it's a North London derby outside of North London, people are expecting a good performance, but we have to understand it's pre-season as well, right? So the most
Exactly.
important part is not to like get injured, or like last time what happened, Calafiore went down, like, so there is a headache and there's lots of panic in the fan base for around 4 or 5 days. So that scenario shouldn't happen again. So yeah.
Yeah. True. Harshvardhan says Spurs defensive share was top tier. Intercepted too many shots. Yeah, the first half that was the thing. Yeah, Parth, you have something to say?
No, I agree with this.
Okay. Ash, welcome, bro. Welcome. It's only a pre-season. He's a United fan, by the way. Prath and Manas, in case you guys didn't know. Keshav, low block is really a messy situation. Yes. Hello, welcome, man. Mr. Sir, cross an inshallah ball, waiting for somebody to cross from that so poor. Yep. Martelli made me cry. He ain't going to improve. Okay. So we got two talking points. This one, and then we got regarding the MLS bit as well. We're taking two more comments, and then we'll get to the discussion bit.
Yeah.
Cool? Yeah. Lighting electrical work safely from watching the whole. Our set piece defending also poor. Yeah. Especially the corners. It was diabolical, like how we almost conceded straight from a corner, and second one it hit the post as well. Yeah. Abhi Sharma 2.0, welcome. I think you're coming on the channel for the first time. I hope you're subscribed. Welcome to the community. Something I noticed is that from so many matches, we haven't scored from corners and got wonderful corners we are conceding. Fair enough. Yep. Yes. Welcome, Loudmod. How are you? Yes, it's okay to lose to Tottenham, not the end of the world. I mean, I hope people see that. I hope people really see that, because
I don't even look at this match as a match against Spurs. I just wanted to watch the match for Arsenal, and they disappointed me.
Yep.
That's that.
Arsenal looks tired and not looking sharp. More missed passes. Is it due to travel? They arrive on Tuesday and one training Wednesday. This is a fair point. Do you guys agree with this though?
Easy to blame it on travel when the result hasn't gone your way.
Is that so?
It's pre-season. It's pre-season. Like, who cares?
I guess that
Well,
is
I mean,
Yeah,
it is
they're
like,
in the same time zone as well. I mean, it's in the same time zone, so they have not traveled a lot as such. But yeah, Manas, what go on?
Yeah, I mean, sure. Like, if we have to get deeper into this, then I have several issues. But it's fine. Like, it's pre-season, so it's okay.
But
It's
again,
it's run about a bit and all of that. Get some physical fitness into your
Okay,
legs. And
I just read a tweet just before coming here, Manas. So it was Remedy. I think you know him.
yeah.
So he was actually saying, it's not about preseason as such. We have not played well last three
yeah,
games or so. And he said that, in the last like 2022-23 season, like we were blowing teams out in the preseason, but right now we are not doing that. So what is your point of view? Yeah, I think Edwards has just written the same thing, right? To 23 season actually showed how good we were, and right now it's not the same, right? So your views on that?
Yeah. So you're asking me?
Yeah.
So see, that's a fair point though. But the thing is, 22-23, nobody knew who we were. It was like 22-23 season came out of the blue for us. Like how I think 22-23 season was at least two steps. We were two steps ahead in the process at that point.
Mhm. Mhm.
We were incredible, and obviously Jesus coming in and all doing all of his thing.
Correct.
Nobody
Correct.
knew who we were. People didn't know how to play us, but
Mm.
everybody knows who we are now. No?
Correct.
And they know how to play us, and obviously we played a lot of football. This core group of people, this core group of the squad has played a lot of football over the last two
Yes.
seasons.
Yes.
So I think it's a little bit about protecting them, and
Correct.
and
Correct.
obviously because the preseason we haven't seen a lot of the new signings.
Mm.
So we have. I personally went into preseason for this tour and plus the Emirates Cup games that are coming up.
Mhm.
Mhm.
My thing was I want to see some new dynamics. So I'm thinking like what is he planning?
Correct.
What
Correct.
what is he going to do something else? But it's largely been the same, right? So I think it's more or less a training activity.
Mhm.
Right? So ऐसा होगा ना काम आप job join करते हो and
Correct. Correct.
you're so good,
Mm.
you get promoted in the first year, but the next 2 years like okay the
करेक्ट
people
करेक्ट
ask what else
लेवल
to
पे
do.
आ गए लेवल पे आ
हाँ,
गए राइट राइट ऑल्सो आई थिंक क्या हो रहा है कि स्पर्स लाइक पीपल आर सेइंग स्पर्स इज नॉट वेरी गुड लुकिंग एट लास्ट सीजन बट अभी कैसे कि थॉमस फ्रैंक हैज कम इन अगेन अ
Yeah.
न्यू मैनेजर तो उनको इम्प्रेस करने के लिए प्लेयर्स पुश during this phase right so now the next 2 or 3 games they'll play well but again when the season starts you'll come to know what actually Spurs are like and what Arsenal are like.
Mhm.
So I think that's also one thing to consider, right?
Yeah.
So yeah,
Okay. I promise I'll take two more comments and we'll get to the talking points, please.
yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay. Arsenal needs a creator. Okay, nice. Now we have three talking points. Cool. Arsenal tend to rely heavily on structure, quick interchanges, and positional play. While this is ineffective against pressing or open teams, low blocks require more improvisation and more risk taking. Good point, Arsenal Pulse. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Okay. Trossard injured. He was likely to leave as per report. There were links to Dortmund, Atlanta. Does it affect Trossard's future in Arsenal transfer? Prath, thoughts on this?
So who?
No, Prath,
Right.
Prath. Yeah.
Okay. So,
Yeah, I don't have any thoughts of on that. I think Trossard is like I feel personally that it will be a move which will happen after the season starts, like after 15th of August. So
Hmm.
hopefully, like I think he should be fit by then. I don't think it's a very big injury
Yeah.
of such.
Hmm.
So even when people talk about Eze, right, I think it's gonna be a last week or a deadline day move. It won't be something that will happen very suddenly. So there are lots of expectations of signings getting coming fast again, but I don't see it
Mm.
happening. Like we got the signings which we wanted, like the players which we wanted in before the
Hmm.
preseason. Like Gyökeres is the last guy. Now we'll be like moving towards sales, and the obvious ones are like like the Nelson, Zinchenko. I'm not sure even Jesus is leaving this season, like this summer.
Mm.
And I think one of Martinelli or Trossard, if they leave and whenever they leave, it will be after after the season starts. It won't be very sudden. So I think it will be like the Emirates Cup will go with the same sort of players, same squad, and then we'll start making moves, right? So that's what my thought process is right now. I don't think it affects Trossard's future or Arsenal
Yeah.
transfers as of now. I'd say.
Fair, fair. Okay. Now we'll get to the talking points that I think are really interesting. First thing, let's talk about this. That's Miles' mistake trying to dribble there for that goal. Parth or Manas, either of you take it. Who wants to take it?
I mean, isn't that the kind of football he's supposed to play? I mean,
Hmm.
the pass to the midfield by Raya is a pass he executes a lot of times, and Lewis Kelly from that exact position swivels and gets the ball moving. So it's just that the fact that it was a mistake, it is being highlighted. Had he pulled it off, it would have gone in MLS's compilations for the match. So I mean, it's a risk and reward kind of approach we use. So it's bound to happen.
it was a foul though, right? It was a foul on him.
Exactly. That's what I was trying to say. Forget him getting beaten. It's a foul there. People are not acknowledging the point that it's a foul there.
It's
Because
probably a foul.
because many of this times similarly in last season also when he got the ball in those spaces, he was able to get past and go ahead, and when he was like taken down, referees actually gave it as a foul, and then we got from there we had in progress, but the
Yeah.
refereeing this match was horrible. Oh my
And
god.
the refereeing was shambolic, man.
Yeah,
Even if we had won the match, I would have said the same thing.
same
I mean,
same
it
same.
was extremely biased.
Hmm.
It doesn't really matter, but yeah, I just need to put facts out.
Yep. Next bit. Arsenal needs a creator. Okay. Uh, okay, Manas bro, how about you start with this? What do you think about this?
What Arsenal need is volume shot,
Okay.
volume dribbles,
Hmm.
and running in behind. That are the three things that we need.
Hmm.
And this is specifically for to play against deeper blocks.
Hmm.
Creation, I think we have people who can create. Zubimendi is now here, and Odegaard obviously. I think Odegaard can do more in terms of finding the runner in behind. I think today I was happy to look at that we were making a lot of diagonals. I think Rice was making a lot of diagonals, Martinelli was making diagonals, and this is something obviously like I talk about on my podcast, but diagonal runs in behind is should be bread and butter. So when Odegaard receives right, and when he turns in and when he's pacing play in the half space, there is nobody running in behind, and that just
Correct.
I just
Mm-hmm.
lose my head when that happens because give him something to aim at. But I think today we made a lot of runs. He didn't pick out most, or he didn't take the risk. So I think there's a combination of risk aversion. There's a combination of not running in behind. So it's very easy to say that we don't have a creator. But okay, who do you buy to create? Who do you buy to put those balls in when there is no space on the ground? There is no space to play on the ground. At least in zone 14. Zone 14 में कोई space नहीं है. So who do you get? Who is that creator in the world right now that you would get to play, and where would you play them, and what do you expect them to do?
There's also another thing which I want to add is that we have a lot of high turnovers, right? So last season we had, I think, the most high turnovers, and then after you get the ball, there's nothing happening, right? So I think there are a certain pointers where players like Gyökeres and Noni will come in and uh, play well, hopefully play well, and then people will understand these players are important. Like Zubimendi is important, Odegaard is important, but right now, as you said, there's no one to pass to. So वहाँ पे limitations हो रहा है, like there's lots of limitations and people are quick to blame the players who are like scapegoats, right? So like Odegaard is one. Earlier, like there are like previously we had heard Gabriel Magalhaes also, like he's one of the biggest scapegoat, right? So it's very easy to blame these players and instead of analyzing and understanding what's actually happening behind the scenes, right? As you said.
Aarush,
I think high turnovers is sorry, just like one thing. High
Yeah, yeah,
turnover again is one point that I have been speaking about for the last 18 months.
yeah,
And you can go look at the data as well. I think there
yeah.
is who's that person? Mark our stats. I think he's a
Marker,
Russian.
yeah, 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 yeah,
He's a
yeah,
Russian dude. He does
yeah, yeah,
like automated data stuff.
yeah, yeah.
So we win the ball a lot.
Mm-hmm.
We turn the ball the most probably in the league, but our
Yeah.
conversions, I think somebody wrote on the chat like 13 in the league. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So 8 works. So that is something that the immediate
Correct.
capitalization
Correct.
on that. Like
Correct.
we
Correct.
don't have that killer instinct as well.
Correct.
Aarush, you have something to add? No, you muted.
If we're already speaking of things that we need to address, do you see that the club has already addressed them in the signings they've already made?
Yeah.
May that be
Mm-hmm.
Gyökeres or may that be Noni as well. We needed
Mm-hmm.
volume dribbling, we needed
Correct.
volume shot, and we needed the channel running as well. And the club has addressed it. If creativity was a big problem, I think we would have gone on to do that as well. But
Mm-hmm.
it is what we are getting through even an integration of Max Dauman. May that be, he's also someone who's a volume dribbler, volume shooter, who can actually dribble his way through the game. So I think creativity wise also we have a lot on our stake. It's about taking that risk in the final third in order to actually see the end product of whatever we actually aim to get for.
And
Nice.
I saw a clip of Odegaard today where the issue in question was Saka had the ball on the right wing and Odegaard was in the half space. Odegaard did not make a run and hence Saka did not pass the ball to him. Saka instead waited for White's overlap. And my thing on this is, I don't feel like it's Odegaard's fault. It's just that Arteta has told Odegaard to be positioned in zone 14 rather than doing those underlaps for Saka. Saka's main creative partner alongside who he creates is Ben White. It's not Martin Odegaard. And that is something that I've seen over the last three games. And I don't feel like it's the best thing to do because Ben White getting into those positions is great, but when it comes to delivering crosses from out wide, I don't feel like it's his strongest suit, and that hampers us a lot. And that is exactly what we were trying to do in the desperation to score a goal, and you could clearly see that it wasn't working. But we had no other option than to do that. So I have to question Arteta a bit on this.
Okay. Since we're on the topic of creators, right? Thomas John's comment I think was nice. This season shows why we need Eze urgently, not as a left wing, but as a number 10.
Nah,
Literally no creativity in the
no.
no.
I think
No
if he
thought.
comes in, will he play as a left wing? Because I think that's where I think he would start
Yeah.
more games, right? Because
Hmm.
like the players which are actually targeting Morgan Rogers, for example, Eze, even Rodrigo, they're all
Yeah.
similar sort of players who are like very good in the left half space, right? So
Hmm.
not typical touchline wingers as such. So yeah, your views on this?
I mean,
Uh, Good.
I've always held this view that we don't need proper wingers. It's more about
Hmm.
getting in the wing fielders.
Hmm.
That's a priority for me. And
Hmm.
Eberechi Eze or a Morgan Rogers will bring that.
Hmm.
So I don't see the left wing position being a position that relies heavily on touchline duties. It's more
Hmm.
about coming inwards with the fullback, overlapping and providing support.
Hmm.
So Eberechi Eze will he solve issues at Arsenal? Definitely. Hell that man, even Noni Madueke will solve issues when it comes to creativity on the left flank.
Hmm.
Because as it is, Martinelli and Trossard provide nothing.
Hmm. Manus, bro, you got something to add to that?
Yeah, I think again, I think both of those things point towards the fact that left hand side dynamics are completely broken.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And I have this very controversial view that the Declan Rice signing was sort of Declan Rice and Havertz signings
Hmm.
were not timed very well.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
I
I
agree.
think Declan was signed because obviously like because of who he is and like transition monster and all of that stuff. But I think the original version of this dual eight system, which was always coming since 2020, when
Hmm.
we signed Willian,
Hmm.
and I was making like lineup diagrams at that point,
Hmm.
like an
Hmm.
idiot, and I was like thinking कि हाँ हम dual eight खेलेंगे.
Hmm.
Dual eight मतलब dual tens. But
Yeah.
that never
Correct.
happened because the Premier League doesn't let you do that.
Hmm.
And so you have to have one person who is that interior, and that has to be Declan for us. So again, Declan is not playing, he's playing a role and he's like doing it very well that he hasn't done so far in his career, like box crashing,
Hmm.
Hmm.
receiving in tight spaces,
Hmm.
going wide, running the channel. So that is one thing that also doesn't help the left channel.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Second is ki the winger is so isolated, and Martinelli is not somebody who's going to beat his person, beat his
Correct.
man,
Correct.
Hmm.
Correct.
if it's not for pace and space, right?
Hmm.
So I think वो dynamic change करने की ज़रूरत है, so that you can push somebody else out wide, and
Hmm.
you can bring that wing fielder into that left channel, that creative guy into the left channel versus lower blocks, and let Declan Rice be underneath possession.
Hmm.
Underneath when you are playing that
Yeah.
left channel, देखिए Zubomendi थोड़ा अंदर, Declan Rice playing under possession,
Hmm.
and you let Eze or a Rodrigo, or who's the other
Mm-hmm.
person to do that.
Rogers.
उसका flip side है,
Hmm.
uh,
Hmm.
which completely destroys my theory, is the Madueke signing,
Correct.
who's
Correct. Correct.
essentially left-footed Martinelli, but
Mm-hmm.
he
Hmm.
can beat he can beat his person consistently. Like
correct.
if you look at his numbers, it sort of confirms the theory that volume dribbles, okay, and volume shots. So he's going to
Shots,
be
correct.
somebody who will beat his person more often
Correct.
than not.
Two-way as
तो
well.
अगर आप लेफ्ट बैक
Yeah.
को स्ट्रेच कर देते हो, once you stretch that defense line, once you push that line back, you can create that dynamism to score.
Fair
And
enough.
obviously,
Aarush?
MLS is a person who can underlap and is good in that position as well, right? So
Even Declan is
even
good at
Declan,
box
correct.
pressing. Like we know, we saw what Xhaka did, right, in the 23. Exactly, like somebody literally just said that. So we saw what Xhaka did.
Correct.
Nobody expected him to do this. So the spaces are there. That space can be created. Nobody expects us to do it from the left. So अगर marginal gain इस season चाहिए, so we need to we need to make the left wing work.
Aarush, what do you think about like Madueke playing on the left wing, primarily than as right winger?
I think it just brings us a tactical fluid, a trio, I would say, because if Declan Rice can also underlap, can also box crash, Madueke is someone who can go two ways about it. And that can be coming inwards, may that be on his not so favorable right foot or even on his left foot and play those um cut balls inside into the zone, which obviously we like to score through Odegaard as well. So that ozone domination that we actually need, or at least those box crash and moves that we need, would actually come into picture. So Madueke, at least as a volume dribbler, I think he brings in a lot of chaos from the left hand side, especially versus low blocks. And that is what I think we are lacking at this point, and it's properly explained by everyone on the panel as well.
By the way, Nina Ninad is in the chat. You
Yeah,
guys
yeah,
know
yeah,
him?
yeah. The United fan.
Okay.
Okay. Like super guy, man. Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
he likes for bully and all.
Premier League. I think you have written for the Premier League. Nina, glad to have you here, bro.
We'll take in a few points from the chat as well. Yeah. He says Odegaard needs to play centrally. He's always on the right with Saka, and it's not his fault. They're always trying to recreate that prime trio that once had Odegaard, Saka, and White. He also goes on to say Odegaard also needs to play more advanced. He's like doing the Zubimendi role, Rice role, and his role at the same time, which confuses.
This
Yeah.
this
Today
is
was
something that irritated me today because
yeah.
when Christian Odegaard was playing, Odegaard was doing and putting in those same shifts that he used to do last season, and we used to criticize him heavily for that. He was literally taking the ball from the centre backs and then progressing it. Christian Odegaard was not a part of the build-up. Yes, was he keeping things simple? Definitely. But was he meant to do that? No, it is Zubimendi's role. Christian Odegaard can't play that, and we forced him to play that, which resulted in Odegaard carrying the ball from deep and then linking up play, which clearly does not work. But yeah, it was happening today.
When does it happen though? In what game states does that happen?
When we are up against settled blocks,
So how does it matter if Odegaard is receiving from the first line?
because I want more creativity up front than it being
But the ball
heavily
needs to
reliant
get
on.
there, no?
हाँ तो my theory is that the person who gets us there is the DM, and it should be Rice who should be occupying positions higher up, and Odegaard who should be in the half spaces to create and link up with the right winger, right back, or the central players.
So in the 10 zone, do you mean?
Yeah,
Or do you mean in the half spaces?
half spaces slash 10 zone. Because I can't see him leaving those half spaces. Because he favors the right hand side, he can never become a central creator. It would always be RHS biased.
So I see this as a very strict positional play, which I think we started to decouple from in the last few games in the towards the end of the season, where we wanted him to get more central touches. So we were like, "ठीक है, go roam around a little bit in the center. We'll rotate. We'll bring Timber into the RHS." So I think I was expecting more of it, and maybe that is a dynamic that will change. But we need somebody to pass in those zones. Then I expect Zubimendi maybe to be that person,
Yeah.
or Saliba, Gabriel to take more of that responsibility, because if you're playing in 60% of the pitch, it doesn't really matter to me if Odegaard is the first progressor. How does it matter? Come receive, go back into space. Come receive, distribute, go back into space. I think more than that, speed of play and decompressing opposition blocks. So basically, if a team is really tightly coupled, right, like if the distances are small, you need to open those distances vertically. You need the gravity player to come deeper, no? So just somebody needs to follow him. But everybody knows the template of how to play Arsenal now, so people don't do that anymore.
That is my concern because we've got our fullbacks being the main attackers of our team than our creators. We're literally taking the ball from the centre backs and distributing the ball. It should not be
On
happening.
this, you see a transition this season on City where the fullbacks will become very very important this season.
Yeah,
Do you think the same is happening with Liverpool as well? Because Kirkes and Frimpong both are, the attacking fullbacks as well.
Yeah, I think that plus because Salah is not going to be tick up. Salah ko you'll have to keep wider and higher.
Mhm.
But I wonder how they'll do this season because I feel they do need defenders and midfielders because they've over indexed on attack this season.
Mhm.
But their attack is so good.
They'll score a lot of goals. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Marginal gain.
It's like the Emery meme, right? We'll win the match 5-4 instead of 1-0. He went on and said that, like, so. Yeah.
Parth, this comment is for you.
yeah, yeah. Zubimendi should be the one distributing play and connecting the defense to the attack. It should not be Odegaard.
Well, but we need to also understand that Norgard and Zubimendi are different profiles as a defensive midfielder,
That
and we
is,
can't
I
expect the same.
completely agree with that point, and that is what I was trying to say. That we try and play the same brand of football, even with a Christian Nogard, the one that we are supposed to play with Zubimendi. That
I
is
mean,
my
he
issue.
he also needs to mold his game into a way that plays possession based because he's never played for a possession based side.
I
So
agree.
in that
Mean,
sense, also,
I'm definitely being a bit reactive, but yeah, I'm just talking on what I saw.
Mhm.
Okay. Honestly, the pace at which Odegaard progresses the ball from the back probably saves you guys time in getting it further up the pitch. Yes, it's not ideal to see him drop so much, but not the biggest issue. Uh, hmm. Okay.
Provided we have better attackers up the pitch.
Hmm, hmm, hmm. How should we play Odegaard? How should we play Norgard then?
He's a backup to
Hmm.
Zubimendi. He won't play a lot of games. I think it will be like, 12 or 15 games max, which
Hmm.
he'll play. Like, but I don't see him play more than 1,000 minutes as such.
Hmm,
He'll
hmm.
mostly like, bring taking off Zubimendi and bringing Nordgaard or some odd cup games here and there. But
Yeah.
other than injury, I don't think we'll play him a lot.
Hmm. Yeah.
Do I just give a rough comparison of how I see Norgard shining to
Hmm,
be?
hmm,
It would
hmm.
essentially be Rob Holding when he used to come on when we used to defend in a 5-4-1 to close games.
Fair enough.
That is how I see Norgard work.
Fair enough. Fair enough. But Aarush, when Zubimendi was on, Odegaard still was dropping. Yeah, this was starting to get a little bit annoying in the second half. That became a huge concern for me as well. But okay, in general, let's talk one last thing regarding this Spurs game because since we lost, there's not much to talk about. Uh, the way we played the entire game, it almost felt like we were trying to practice our like long balls through Saliba, through Raya, through
Yeah.
Kivior as well. At the same time, it almost correct me if I'm wrong, right? Something weirdly I saw. It almost felt like we were playing that. Imagine a Yorker is up front. How are you going to get the ball to him straight from our back line? It almost felt like we were imagining a Yorker up front and we were just trying to progress the ball in that way because half the time Havertz was receiving the ball at the same time heading the ball away to whoever they close by or just laying it off to somebody in that midfield or somebody up top because initially I think it was Saliba or Kivior to Martinelli who brought it down and passed it to Rice to Havertz and Havertz didn't get the shot off, right? So I almost felt like we were trying to practice our moves, imagining a Jokeris up front. Did you guys think similarly, or did you have a complete different perspective on how we were playing today? Because honestly, the one-touch football that we are known for, that we built so far, the reputation for, it was completely different from how we normally play. That's what I thought. What did you guys think about it?
Manas bhai?
We don't play one-touch football anymore. We don't play that Wenger football anymore. So that's over.
Hmm.
10 years. That's over. Uh, on the long balls, when was it happening? From where?
From the goal kick.
From
I
the
mean, it
deeper.
was.
That's fine. Like
Yeah.
that, we usually do that. Either White is going to put the ball over the top for Saka.
Hmm.
Uh, Saliba is going to put it over the top for Havertz, and that's what Havertz is there for.
Yeah.
I think that is his best quality, and that is how you can progress. You can cut down time to progress, and then so notice this: the next time we play a long ball into the central areas, and if it does hit Havertz, you see the eights converging centrally. So you pincer the center. So even if he doesn't win the ball, the defender wins the ball.
Hmm.
You anticipate or you gamble on the fact that it will drop in the center of the field.
Yeah.
So what is that? That is a turnover,
Hmm.
right? The back
Yeah.
line is pushed. You're receiving in a space in the center, and then you can just attack from there. So
Yeah.
you hope that Odegaard receives in that space, or maybe Rice receives in that space, or Zubimendi is coming in deep to receive in that space, and then you basically distribute an attack from there. So that is what Havertz with them. That there's no problem in going long from those things.
Mhm.
We know the Premier League is now indexing towards pressing high anyway, man to man. Everybody's
Correct.
doing that.
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody's doing that. Everybody's figured out how to do that. Plus, the playing out of the back, everybody's figured out how to stop that.
Mhm.
So you need different ways to attack.
Hmm. Yeah.
I, there, I'll say that I don't think we were imagining a team with Gyökeres as the center forward. I think we were imagining a scenario where Havertz and Gyökeres are the ones who will be the ones playing up top. And in that case, if we are to go by what happened today, Gyökeres would have feasted, because there were multiple occasions where Havertz did hold up play well and involved the wingers and even the eights, and he wasn't there to make the runs because that is not his forte. I mean, Havertz's instinct is not to go towards goal but to facilitate play, and that is not how the striker of Arsenal should be. He should be there to score goals. Havertz's natural instinct is not to score.
Okay.
It is.
Uh,
It's a fact.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Luke says the thing I noticed when I watched Liverpool was they struggle defensively. Milo and Frimpong play like wingers half the time, putting all pressure on Van Dijk to
Yeah.
defend. You need at least one defensive fullback.
Mhm.
Adding onto that, when Kirkis and Frimpong play like wingers, there's a lot of commotion in the box. No matter how good your attack is, you're going to struggle when a team just parks the bus. I didn't watch the Liverpool game yesterday. I kind of saw the highlights. I didn't quite get it like how they were playing, but I think just Rio was kind of good on the left wing, if I'm not wrong. But
Mhm.
yeah, yeah. By the way, Raya. Okay, last point we can talk about the Spurs game. Raya looked very sus today. It almost felt like he didn't know how to defend a corner. Almost there was confusion between the defenders and the goalkeeper. Did you guys think that as well, or did you just think it was some other way of defending? How do you guys think about it?
I think we've been shit defending corners for a while now.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on there. Nicholas Yover needs to get his pay docked or something because we are not defending. Defensive corners have gone for a toss.
Yeah.
We should not be
Even,
conceding as many goals as we are,
even the
especially
attacking
with the
ones have been.
middle. Yeah, even the attacking ones have not been that great anymore.
It
Are
the
we missing
majority of.
Magalhaes a lot? Like because he was one of the best, players in the air, like during defensive corners as well as offensive. Right? So are we missing like Gabriel a lot that we are struggling while defending and attacking as well? Like even with Havertz, I think Havertz is very good while attacking corners as well, right? So do you think that couple of players not playing or not being in the squad, like not in the team, are is the reason we are struggling a lot, like the last 6 months or so?
Hmm.
Yes, yes, yes. I think
But
our set pieces were very indexed on Gabriel.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
but is it not a downside though? I mean, how can a team be reliant on a single player to make the set piece routine work, whether it
I
be
think
an attacking set piece or a defensive one?
I think it's the gamble that Arsenal take with Gabriel in terms of actually pulling the amount of players with him and then
Yeah.
even baiting the runs that he makes. So in that
Good
sense,
point,
I think
yeah.
Gabriel is a big, big miss. But also I did see images go out on Twitter today of the first corner that we took. It was a routine which wasn't something that we've done for the first time. As in, I didn't watch the game, but I did see the routine, and it had like 5 to 6 players crashing the box from the 18-yard box. So it is like there are different routines that we're trying because obviously the things that we've tried and tested aren't working currently because teams have already read it. And
Yeah.
Spurs actually doing better than us in offensive and defensive corners is something to actually look into.
Yeah.
Numer says it's a preseason, so we should try different ways to attack, especially against low blocks and mid blocks. But left flank is dead, which forces us to attack from the right, and we become predictable again. Yeah, okay. The Spurs game is done. Let's talk in general, right? We had 3 preseason games. Did you guys notice any specific changes in the team, or do you guys want to talk about like specific players that I think are nice talking points, especially like a Ben White or a Zubomendi on how he improved the team or something like that? We talk about regarding the team dynamic. Or what do you guys think? Yeah, Arush, go ahead.
I just had a question as to we've seen a lot of talk on verticality being spoken of.
Hmm.
So my question to Manas and Prath, both of you is because we've had a conversation on the channel previously as well. Do you think Gabriel Heinz's effect is basically on the verticality that we're speaking, the directness, or is it really the new signings that we've had that are making this difference?
Are we direct? Are we any more direct than we were before? Or do you
Doesn't
just
look to
mean the
be.
balls over the top?
The balls over the top
Yeah.
and the release of passes basically from defense to attack.
But we were doing that. We do that anyway, no?
Don't you
I
think the
think,
tempo
like to
is much
whom?
quicker though?
To go long.
To go long, even shorter,
To go up the field, basically.
to progress the ball basically from
Maybe
defense.
I need to watch more. I don't know. I don't think that that is something that stood out to me. But Heinze maybe more towards. I think his effect is more towards going to come towards more pressing bits, and uh, how he's going to help is probably towards pressing.
I think personally it's very early to say he's like making a lot of difference as such, because like he's been here for only 2 weeks, right? But I saw a clip of MLS crossing the ball and working on his crossing,
Yeah.
so I think that's one aspect I think he's working on. But the others, it's very early to actually suggest what he's actually doing, right? So we'll get to know as things progress. But right now, I'm not sure whether we'll be able to answer this question. Manas as well, I guess.
Yeah, I think for me, I think I did notice that we were doing some volume high passes, like direct
Hmm.
long balls
Yeah.
into Saka and all, and
Hmm.
going early. So I did notice that in the first preseason game. But
Mhm.
we do that, but there is maybe a slight shift towards going longer, quicker. I don't know if it's him
Yeah,
particularly, but I think it's more about maybe just
Zubimendi,
trying.
Calafiori as well, right? They're playing after a long time, so the
Uh,
verticality aspect will be there.
maybe, yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
maybe.
And it,
Even
yeah,
one,
it is a good point that it can be down to the signings that we've made and the perception of how Heinze as a coach is.
Hmm.
Because now people really have gotten into thinking that we are keeping our forwards higher up,
Hmm.
and the first task that our midfield has is to push the ball further up, which I don't feel actually happens. I mean, we used to do it. It's just that the fact that it is more effective makes people think that something's changed.
Correct.
I've seen Odegaard attempt those passes. Odegaard even did that last season. He was not able to execute them. If he was able to execute it against, say, against a Newcastle or even against Spurs, it is just down to the player doing it rather than the instructions that he's been given.
hmm, hmm. Okay. Heinz is Bielsa's son, and we will see more
Hmm.
of possession play high press. Fair enough. Okay. Yeah. So coming into this preseason, right? We've had an article from David Ornstein, or basically Athletics, saying that uh, Ethan Nwaneri is seen more as a number 8/number 10, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
If we just summarize it, this is what I was able to gather. This is what we were able to see from him in the two games. One is against AC Milan and one against Newcastle, where he was able to play really. I mean, he was playing centrally. He started versus AC Milan and Newcastle as well. So uh,
Yeah.
we've seen these are the stats, right? Stats might be misleading, but we've seen the matches as well. Did you guys think he was effective in the number 10, or where do you think he was lacking overall?
I think one of the only things which is missing is out of possession play, right? Because Odegaard is like one of the best players out of possession, right? And
Hmm.
that's one thing which he needs to improve. On the ball, like he's very good. Nothing much like I would say he needs to do. It's just needs more consistency, more minutes as such. But I think if he wants to like play as a number 8, right, on the RCM side, think he needs to play like he needs to be better off the ball, right? I've not seen him do anything of that sort right now, and that's why you see the younger players like even Dorman play on the right wing, right? Because they don't have to defend a lot.
Hmm.
So that's one thing which I would like to see like over the next couple of seasons or over this season. I think he'll develop himself more in that
Hmm.
aspect.
Hmm.
But right now, I think he's very good on the ball, but off the ball is something which we need to like, which he needs to improve.
Okay, okay. Uh, this panel, I mean, especially me, Aarush, Parth,
Hmm.
Raja, another panelist who's very who's often on the channel.
Hmm.
Our discussion is always where should Ethan Nwaneri play. Half of us are saying that he should play in a midfield position, like how the article says, and another half says that he should play from the right wing, coming centrally. Right. So this question is for Manas bro and Prath bro as well. Do let us know where do you think Ethan Nwaneri's most effective play could come from. We'll start with Manas bro. Or where do you think?
Inside channel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Inside channel, number 8, number
Yeah.
10.
I
Inside
think he can
channels.
be a great false nine as well. If you give him a chance, I think he'll
Hmm.
be a good false nine as well right now. But
I think
playing,
you.
yeah,
No, no.
yeah, yeah.
Go
Go on, go
on.
on, go on.
I think you develop him on the wing.
Hmm.
You make him understand like how these players are developed.
Hmm.
You give minutes by restricting space, and then you put them in the center where
Hmm.
in the center there's more jeopardy, right? You lose the ball, you basically cause transitions, but on the
Faster
wing you are
transition.
allowed to
Correct.
lose the ball way more.
Hmm.
Correct.
Hmm.
Right. So
Hmm.
for me, develop him on the wing. Let him then come inside when he starts appreciating space and off the ball games and the level of the Premier League a little bit more. But he's going to be an inside channel player. I think he's
Hmm.
super good on the wing, but
On the
inside
wing.
channel player.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think he's going to be incredible number 8.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Because
incredible.
uh, since you guys are saying as an inside forward or some are saying as a right winger, right? If you see the heat maps in this given these things is mostly seen as on the right wing, assuming
Hmm.
that Saka was coming more centrally, which we saw against AC Milan and Newcastle,
Mm.
very effective. Uh, Maybe on the team sheet it could look like as a number 8, number 10, but maybe he could actually be drifting from coming in from the right and Saka coming more centrally. Do you guys think that will be the dynamic that will happen if
Yeah.
Nwaneri starts with Saka? Because many people are hoping that Saka plays more as an RCM rather than as a rather than as a right winger, right? So, what do you think?
No,
No, no.
I don't know why there is this super obsession on moving players from where they are very good at. Why?
Right.
Why do you want him to play in the inside channels when he's a top? He's top 5, top 3
Correct.
wingers in the
Top
world.
three.
क्यों
Hmm.
नहीं आना है भाई बीच में?
Hmm.
Where
Just
you
I
are? Why
just
are you trying to give him more responsibilities on like
Manas,
receiving?
I just read, no new thing guy na. So you are saying कि Saka should play on the left, like left wing खिलाओ
On?
करके.
Hmm.
No new thing रे. AI, AI
NNT.
guy.
Hmm.
अच्छा, oh right.
Like so he's
नहीं,
like
so
like he's saying left wing we should play him left wing, and I'm
Hmm.
like why would you actually you never see Liverpool fans say Salah को हटा के right wing से हटा के left wing खिलाओ
Hmm.
और यमाल को हटा के left wing खिलाओ. You'll just see Arsenal fans debate all these things,
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
you let the best players do what they're good at.
right? Yeah, sure,
Exactly.
that's the thing.
Hmm.
No coach is sitting there thinking, oh, now what galaxy brain thing I can bring new into the team. Let's play him goalkeeper. Just let him be right winger. If needed, then he can play central if everybody is dead. But let him be a right wing where he's very, very good at. His gravity basically attracts two or three people towards him.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
opening up half spaces. You see when he's received and when he's wider, the half space is always open. Always, always open. So there are shots to be had, there are crosses to be put, there are chipped balls to be put into the box. You let him do what he does, na? Even
Correct.
if he's not doing an action that is a creation or a SC or a GCA, at least वो पास तो दे रहा है हाफ स्पेस में ओडेगार्ड को या आप जुबमेंडी को.
Completely agree.
Do you also see a comparison to how the club is also trying to mold Max Dauman into, like developing stage पे उसको right wing पे खिलाना and then probably mold him into something that Ethan is also dwelling through?
Yeah. How do you find minutes for these people? How
Correct.
do you find minutes on top tier football for players like this? And how do you protect them? So there is a responsibility to protect them also, right? So how did Aaron Ramsey develop? He was playing right back.
विंग पे खेल रहा था, विंग पे खेल
He
रहा
was
था.
playing right wing. How did
Right.
Saka develop? He was playing left wing back, right wing back.
Correct. Correct.
You develop you how do you, it's basically a factor of development plus protecting these players plus finding minutes. If I am a coach and if I am responsible for a 15-year-old person, right? That's basically a child race. So I want to play him, also want to protect him. So if Dauman plays 500 minutes this season, my objective is done. 500, 600 minutes is a lot.
I don't think he'll play that much Manas. I think it will be like around 120 or 150 minutes. I don't think that you'll hit the number for 500 minutes or 600 minutes number. I think it will be very, very less, and people like
I think
are expecting a lot. I think it will be like Carabao Cup ka, 20 minutes, 30 minutes here and there. Like Ethan ने 2 साल पहले किया था ना, like it is like 100 minutes or something of that sort, right? So yeah, yes. So yeah, that's the thing.
Okay. Another player that I thought would be very interesting to talk about, because last season he missed majority of the time due to injury, right? Ben White. What did you guys think about his preseason so far? 66 minutes against AC Milan, 77 minutes against Newcastle.
I feel like he's been one of our best players in the preseason. I
Okay.
mean, he's unlocked the right hand side, and with Saka not being at his very best, at his operational best, it is White who's provided the creativity down the right hand flank. Is his defending something that needs improving? Definitely, but is he a bad defender? No. And even I have noticed that instead of making those overlapping runs, he's underlapping as well, and he's got a natural instinct to attack space and just get the team forward, and he's been doing that, and that is something that we lack. So yeah, I'm very impressed with him.
Yeah, I think the freshness that he's bringing, apart
Yeah.
from the overlapping runs and stuff like that, I think for the very first time we're seeing him not having an injury niggle at the back of his mind. He's moving freely. Basically,
Yeah.
that is what matters the most in
Yeah.
terms of Ben White. And I think it's a good headache for Arteta and the court to actually have between Timber and Ben White, according to game states, who goes where, who plays what, and stuff like that. So it's very crucial because we know the effect that a Tomiyasu injury played onto Ben White, a Ben White injury played onto Timber, a Timber injury went on to play to everyone that's played on that right back. So I think having them injury free is one of the best things that can happen to our season as well. So, yep, hoping for a good season.
Okay. I think you kind of explained it, like depending on the game state, you'd rather have the kind of defender like a Timber or a Ben White, right? But okay, upcoming match. I mean, the first match of the season against Manchester United at Old Trafford. Who would you guys start as a starting right back? Ben White or Timber?
If fit Timber, because wing
If it,
backs, I think, to the way Amorim would play his wing backs, I think them attacking would require a good defensive player in Timber if he's fit. But I would also still prefer Ben White because I know Timber would be rushed at that point. So yeah.
Right, right, right. Manus bro, what do you think? Muted,
I
you're
think
muted.
fitness.
Sorry.
Yeah, I think fitness perspective. I think
Hmm,
Ben White will start because he's
hmm,
played the most minutes in preseason.
hmm,
Hmm.
I think Timber might not be fit for that game.
hmm.
So I think it's just a fitness question more than like dynamics.
Okay.
We know what the dynamics are going to look like, more or less. So it's going to be Ben White.
Hmm. Cool, cool. Prath bro, do you agree as well,
Yeah,
or
I
you?
agree with Manas. I agree with Manas. I think it will be Timber. I think it will be White because he's played the most minutes at right back till now in the preseason,
Hmm,
and is fit, right? So I think they'll go with that option. I think Havertz is also gonna start over Gyökeres. I think a lot of people
hmm,
are expecting Gyökeres to start in at Old Trafford, but I don't think that will happen. I think it will be, it will be Havertz starting and Gyökeres will be coming at around 65th minute. Hopefully he scores, but
hmm, hmm, hmm,
I just see Havertz starting for the at least for the first 3 or 4 games. At least till the first break, international break in September.
hmm, hmm.
I hope Gyökeres starts scoring very
Yeah.
soon,
Okay. Hmm.
because my outside perspective
Hmm.
is that
Hmm.
Havertz is not the striker that you want if you want to win
Yeah, sure,
sustainably win cups, right?
sure.
Hmm,
And this is very contentious because we talk about Havertz in all of the second and third degrees. Ki very nice hold up play, very nice
Correct,
guy,
correct.
channel running and all of that. Everything except shooting and goals.
hmm,
And the fact that this guy was able to score, he was on route to score 18 non-penalty goals in a
Correct,
season. Is
correct,
insane. That is
correct,
mad.
hmm,
correct.
From like a system perspective, the system is engineered to make him score.
hmm,
Hmm.
hmm,
Now you bring somebody who's going to convert those high turnovers and he's going to shoot when he's facing goal.
Correct.
hmm,
Just get Jokeres facing goal, let him shoot. Not, I don't want anything else from him. Let him lose possession 50 times again. I don't care.
Hmm.
The system is
Completely
built
agree.
the system is built to prevent central transitions.
Correct,
System
correct.
is built, we've built the squad to be the best defensive team in the league,
hmm,
probably in the world.
hmm,
So my thing is, if he starts scoring, right? If he gets goals in the first 2, 3, 4, 5 games,
So
hmm.
talking about Gyökeres
no,
right now.
yeah, you're correct. Nobody's
Okay.
going to talk about Havertz. Nobody's going to have the debate of who should start. Get the goal scorer to play games. Simple. Like,
Hmm,
jab goal, the size, every striker is measured on goals. Simple.
Correct,
hmm,
correct,
Yeah,
correct.
I
And the other
completely agree
factor
with
is,
this.
the Emirates crowd will be behind him because of the background, right?
Mm-hmm.
He pushed a lot to come through and his background, right? कि ऐसे revolt किया ये किया. So if he starts scoring a couple goals in the first 2 games, 3 games score किया ना,
hmm,
everyone will be buzzing, right? So
hmm,
Emirates, as soon as he comes on, like he'll be a fan favorite from the word go. We've already
hmm,
seen like in shirt sales and all this stuff happening, like people are actually very happy to have him. So like if he scores, like you said, Old Trafford, इसके Man United के against score किया, so people will go mad, like. So
Yeah.
I'm sure like that will build his confidence as well, right? So
hmm, hmm,
yeah.
hmm.
I mean,
Don't you
Kai
think? Yeah.
Havertz. Yeah, yeah,
Hmm,
yeah, go
hmm,
on,
Continue,
go on,
hmm,
continue.
Aarush.
hmm.
Kai
My question
Havertz, I
was.
feel.
Go ahead, Parth.
See, Kai Havertz for me is a player who's the best utilized as an LCM. I don't see him as being the striker that everyone wants him to be, because
Hmm,
when I talk about Kai Havertz, it's never about goals. It's about how he how he bullies the centre backs, how he holds up play, how he involves others. I
hmm,
mean that works till a point where others are there to score goals. Apart from Saka, there is no attacking threat in our attack.
hmm,
With Gyökeres, at least what you can be guaranteed of is someone who takes shots. He is someone who's got a natural instinct and eye for a goal. Our
hmm,
attack lacks that. And even today, I saw the match. I was like, we get into positions to score goals, but there is no one who's ready to take a shot.
hmm.
Gyökeres solves that. Gyökeres has to start. I mean, if you were that intent on buying a number nine, not and then not starting him, what's the point of it, really?
Hmm, hmm. Yeah.
I think with
Uh,
Arteta, what happens is Mikel actually he doesn't actually start players from the word go as such, because you see what's happened last season as well, right? Calafiore and Merino, like both of them came in at around September, October. Like they started
Yeah.
around that time. So
Hmm.
he gives them more time to marinate and more time to like understand, the system as such. So I'm
Hmm.
just thinking from that perspective as well, right? Because then Havertz is already a ready-made candidate to start, right? So
Hmm.
yeah, obviously, as Mana said, you need strikers who can, go there and score goals. And obviously, like Gyökeres is one of those players who United were linked, right? And Ruben
Hmm.
Amorim knows very well, right?
Yeah.
So if he
Hmm.
starts and he scores the first 15-20 minutes, like, so it will be like chaos after that, right? So yeah.
Aarush, you have something to add or something to bring in, something new to bring?
Yeah, on the similar lines, with two
Hmm.
preseason games both being in UK, do you not think that Gyökeres is going to get a start from there? And if he impresses
Hmm.
against Villarreal
Yeah.
Yeah,
or
yeah,
Bilbao, he
Yeah.
gets
could
a
be,
start
could be,
versus United?
could be,
I
Hmm.
agree.
could be.
I personally feel these three matches were just to get their fitness done with like few tactical changes or like few tactical experiments. Whereas
Hmm.
when time we come to the Emirates game is when
Hmm,
we'll have the likes of Madueke as well, and
hmm,
hopefully, even Eze come in where we can
hmm.
actually start to play our main team with Zubimendi, Rice, and Odegaard, and our midfield, and not Norgard with Rice and Odegaard, someone like that. So I think the Emirates Cup is going to be the factor that is going to show us what the final team could look like,
Correct,
Yeah.
at
correct,
least for game week 1. That's what I think.
correct.
Yeah. I think Manas Bro has something different. Do you have something that you feel
No,
different? No?
I agree. I agree.
Okay.
I was
Okay.
just checking the fixtures. Ki when
Okay.
are they? I
Hmm.
think the first season starts on 17th, 18th for us, right?
Mm.
Yeah, I think so.
17. No. Oh.
17th, I think.
18th, I think it's a Sunday, right?
Ha ha ha.
Midnight.
Yeah. No,
Right.
Sunday 17th. So you're right. 17th,
Okay.
yes.
17. Yeah. If
Yeah.
if people are in India, then it is 17th itself. Yeah. Seven. Yeah. Yeah. My bad.
Hmm.
Okay, 8 words has been like behind my back in the chat, asking me to bring up this question. Yeah, how do you guys feel? How do
Our
you guys feel?
attackers
Feel our attackers are seen narrow
seen
in
our
build up
build
too.
up to.
I don't
Uh,
understand. Do
do
you
you
see
guys
narrow
feel
or
our
attackers
attack-
are seen
I mean,
narrow?
he's trying to say that do you see our attackers being narrower than being wider?
I don't know. I do not understand the question. Because what our attackers are not narrower. We go by positional play. We occupy all five
Hmm,
vertical zones equally.
hmm, hmm, hmm,
But Manas bhai, have you not noticed that on the right hand side it's been White who's been providing width and Saka who's been coming more central? Yeah.
Yeah, that is a dynamic, right? When
Huh.
wide goes wider, you push Saka inside.
hmm,
In settled blocks, maybe he can come in. We sometimes White can overlap.
hmm,
That's something that we anyway do, right? That's very traditional.
Yeah.
Nothing new about that dynamic, I feel. But coming inside is something that we can do more for Saka, maybe. But Odegaard doesn't like to go wider, so you need a right back who does like to do that, and then there's Timber who also doesn't probably like to go wider.
hmm,
Mm-hmm.
बहुत सारी चीजें वहाँ पे like so I think bringing Martinelli inside is should be more of a thing for
hmm,
us, but
Exactly.
that can't happen because the left finger has to come in and invert and create an extra man in
Yeah.
midfield because we
hmm,
push the 8 to, so it's like the system and the way that we're built is something that we've sort of shoehorned ourselves into
hmm,
I
over
agree.
the last 2 seasons. So something maybe needs to give, and I think Pep already moved past this,
hmm,
but I don't know if Arteta is going to do this, where like he doesn't invert anymore. So he's using a very wide 4-2 build up.
hmm,
Hmm,
Goalkeeper is also in there, and
hmm,
that's how they progress. And
hmm,
this season, like I was saying, that the wing backs and the full backs are going to come back into the game. The
hmm,
Barcelona, Bayern Munich era of fullbacks, what Pep was doing is going to come back.
hmm. Okay.
hmm, hmm.
Uh,
Okay,
Yeah.
I just one small thing. Sammy Mogbel has just tweeted right now, and he just gave an update. Right, he just said SJ's release clause is ending
14 days.
tomorrow. Yeah, it's
Tomorrow?
ending tomorrow. Yeah, it's tomorrow. He just written. So
I thought we had
What?
14 days. We didn't have 14 days?
14, 14 days before the season starts. So like it's tomorrow.
Wow.
Ha 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 ha.
Okay, so
Sorry,
Well,
what?
Anyways, we were like, looking to pay an amount
below
over the
below
release clause, right?
below the release clause. That's what we're actually
Below?
planning. Below, yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Why would you
We,
be aware?
It's
Like
we
always
try.
I
below.
think we're about to pay like 60 million, and they wanted
Hmm,
67 million something. So,
exactly.
that's the thing.
With
So
30 or something upfront, right?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Let me just bring that up in case you guys want to say.
I think football space is way too concerned about money and what people are saying. क्या लिखा है? What is it? What does it say? 68 release clause expires 14 days before the start of the season. So tomorrow. Okay.
Hmm. Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, we anyway were not going to pay 70 million to them.
correct,
Hmm.
correct.
Hmm.
And the upfront is like 30 million according to hand of Arsenal, right? So like 30
Hmm.
million is a lot.
And
Is a
release
lot
clauses anyway need to be paid in one go,
in
right?
one time, yeah.
Hmm.
Hmm. Hmm.
Who has that cash flow?
Yeah, sure. That's the thing, na. But we have invested a lot as well, right? So
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Since
Do
we
you,
go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
Manas bhai, do you look at SJ if we sign him as a left winger or as an 8 or a 10?
Who is it? I think
Hmm.
he can play across the line.
Hmm.
Like there's no need to show on people into positions and roles. I think
Hmm.
he can fulfill multiple roles in the team.
Hmm.
I'd start him from the left wing because that's the only spot where you can sustainably start him game
Yeah.
on game on game. But he can come inside. So what Santi Cazorla was doing 2016-17,
Hmm.
even Mesut Ozil was started from the left wing at times.
Hmm.
You just find a position, you find ways to fit the best players into your team without losing your dynamics, right? Without losing your structure, philosophy, or however you want to approach it.
And do you actually see us signing a left winger, a proper left winger, by selling either of Trossard or Martinelli?
So I think so. My view of this window was that we'd do a one superstar signing, but
Yeah.
the way that it has panned out, I feel so. The way I feel Arteta sees is that my core group is good enough to win the league.
Hmm.
hmm, hmm,
Where we needed to add was obviously center midfield
Hmm.
and obviously number nine. And I thought we'd do a superstar at either striker or left wing.
Hmm.
hmm.
Because I think the project in some sense has also moved past Martinelli. We're past him. Like
Yeah.
he's left behind. Like I don't think he can evolve his game anymore or be coached anymore to play in a setup like the way we play. So I think somebody who's not a winger to play from that left wing, right,
Hmm.
would
Hmm.
just instantly change dynamics for us.
Yeah.
A player that who's been like heavily, I mean, who's been a fan favorite, or at least you could say a cult favorite, right? Because not many people say it out much, but whenever he does well, you can always hear his name uh, in huge masses. Rafael. I Yeah. So okay, wait. So Arsenal's scouting team do not rate him. That is why he's not been favored.
Hmm. Hmm.
But the fans, like many people, a guy who is normally on this channel as well, he is not there because of power cuts. He's a huge advocate of Rafael. He even says, "I would rather take him over Rodrigo." Right? 79 minutes against Arsenal. He played as a centre forward, or he was playing as a lone striker. 63 minutes against Liverpool, but he played in a two striker system in that game,
Hmm.
and he gets a goal and an assist. Right? I know stats is one thing. We visually see a lot of Rafael. At least many people appreciate him, so that's why I assume that many people see him. Right? Do you guys rate him at an Arsenal system?
See, I'll go first before Manas. See,
Hmm.
Leo is a very good player, right? He's a good
Hmm.
attacker, but
Hmm.
outside that, again, like you won't get a lot out of possession, right? So
Hmm.
it's
Hmm.
one of his biggest problem that doesn't track back a lot. And
Hmm.
if you want to play someone like him on the left wing, right? We
Right.
do have someone called as Jokeres, right? He can play on the left wing as well, and he can bring us goal because he's very good on the left channel as well. So
Hmm.
if we have to instead of getting Liao again, we can actually play someone like Jokeres there, and he would actually get goals as well if you're like planning on playing Havertz as a centre forward, right? So
Right.
yeah, I think he's a good player, but I don't think he's a good enough player to play at a club like Arsenal, I would say.
Okay. Okay. Minus bro, what do you have to say to that?
I was very high on layout. So on the winger scouting thing that we were doing, I think I had Eze, I had Gordon, and I had
Hmm.
who did I look at? Oh God, uh, Gordon was one, and then I think I
Gittins,
looked at
Gittins,
somebody else. I forgot who.
Gittins, Gittins,
Gittins. No, I didn't look at Gittins.
Hmm.
Fofana,
Uh, no. God, it was Gordon as a तुम्हारा
Morgan
ये
Rogers, yeah,
this guy who's didn't go to Barcelona eventually.
Noni,
Nico.
Noni, हाँ.
Noni,
Ni, हाँ.
Nico
Ni,
Williams,
and
Hmm.
one Rodrigo, of course.
Hmm.
Rodrigo.
But now I looked at last season. I felt that there's somebody that we could.
What about Barcola? Did you have Barcola?
Barcola again, Bradley Barcola again, a huge game changer. Everybody talking about him, but again, young, right? So you need to assess in that sense कि कितना खिला सकते हो और किस level
Hmm.
पे you can expect them to come in and just deliver, right? But obviously, I think he would be also very, very
Hmm.
good, no doubt about it.
Hmm.
Barcola is one of the best.
Hmm. So what's
But
your
we
what's your take on
Leo,
Liao?
I was very high on Leo. I was like, get him in, get Leo in. I think he
Hmm.
adds an X factor, jeopardy on the left wing. That you can some if you can just like people who can beat people are obviously going to go for a premium, right?
Hmm.
अगर आज तुम मेरे साथ 5-a-side खेलोगे and if I can beat you from the left wing, left, right, and center, I'm going to get picked every time first in the team, man.
Hmm.
So that sort of profile you always need. But again, there are concerns about him tracking. I think
Correct.
there was some attitude thing problems as well. But he's incredible, man. You get him, and then I think some of that statistically we've already gotten him in Madueke,
Hmm.
in a sense. But I think Liao, with the stature, frame, physicality that he has, and the fact that he can dribble in the way that he does, is very, very special physical player.
Do you think you
You
can
don't
convert him as a centre
see
forward?
people
Like
like this.
if you would not gotten Jokeres, you could have played him at centre forward if we go for him.
क्यों क्यों क्यों
Don't
भाई
see that.
क्यों
Don't see that
विराट
happening.
कोहली को कीपर खिलाएगा क्या या बॉलिंग कराएगा उससे जबरदस्ती सबको नंबर 9 खिला लो सबको फॉल्स 9 खिला लो क्यों करना है यार लेट हिम डू व्हाट दे डू बेस्ट
Fair.
No,
I
because
don't get it man like there were shouts at some point ki let's play Trossard at center midfield
Yeah.
why तुम्हें if you want to do it in a friendly go do it you want to do it in some other way go do it don't experiment no have you ever seen a coach experiment unless you are Pep unless
Yeah.
you are mentally unstable at that level that you're playing Lam at center midfield don't do it or either you are Arsene Wenger level of coach who recognizes that an Henry could play center forward.
hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's MVP being
Being
PNP.
PNP. Yeah, yeah.
PNP, sure.
Madueke has got the same thing.
Hmm. Sanchit, did not watch the game, but let me guess some old thoughts here. Yeah, well, yeah, almost you could say it's similar to that, but yeah. But okay. See, I think why Prath bro is saying that we can play as a centre forward. Also, in this match right against Arsenal, I know on the team sheet
Yeah.
he was as a centre forward, but you could see him play very deep at the same time, even on the left hand side, right? This could help if he's played as a left winger as well. Who knows, right? And also, are we overhyping the fact that all our players need to track back to make sure that we are playing as a team, or do we have enough players to like take care of the defensive side of things, and we can have one dynamic or one maverick kind of player like Rafael in this situation who can just
Gyökeres.
take okay Jokeres. But
So you already have that runner profile
hmm,
who the defender knows is going to go like anything. So I
hmm,
need to be on that person. So you got
hmm,
that one person. You
hmm,
can keep them high or high and wide.
hmm,
So let him decide when I want to play my center back or when I play on the shoulder of the winger or the fullback.
Yeah.
hmm.
Let the
Yeah.
striker pick, and then
Okay.
that's where you go from.
Hmm,
So on the field, let the players make those decisions.
hmm.
But you have that runner profile already.
Okay.
To safeguard us against losing possession, we literally have one of the best out of possession midfielders in the world in Declan Rice. I mean,
Hmm,
we need to let go of the wingers, need to be the ones tracking back at all times. They should do their usual tracking back, but it isn't that they have to be employed in a wing back shift wherein they attack when an opportunity arises, which in Martinelli's case was
hmm,
happening.
hmm. Okay. Okay. Aarush, do you have something to add to this?
No, I agree with whatever description has been given of how we see this, but me primarily, I would want my winger profile to be the one who plays actually higher up the pitch without any
Hmm,
defensive duties than a center forward, to be honest. Because
hmm,
with the way Arsenal approach their game, also, I think that affects it much higher.
hmm,
Even to
hmm,
the way that Liverpool are seeing how Salah is being played and
hmm,
positioned or platform, I think
hmm,
that helps much easier.
hmm.
Liverpool I
It's,
really like because sorry.
yeah, no, no, continue, continue.
No, he was saying something. Sorry.
I was just basically saying that I won't completely blame Martinelli for his inefficiencies because it is down to Arteta for how he's platformed him. But I just feel that every attacker in Arteta's system
Hmm.
is so positionally fixated that there's literally nothing he can do outside of it. It's just the basic things that an attacker has to do, who he needs to excel at. And Martinelli isn't able to do that.
Hmm, hmm. Anyone over Martinelli and Trossard? Kabia killer. Fair enough. Okay. Yash Vardhan says, I just saw people already coming up with excuses for Arsenal. Preseason fixtures are physical. Players can't be blamed for. I've seen this script last season. Can't wait for Arteta to leave. Hmm. Okay. Do you guys agree? Anything to say?
No,
No.
we
No
finished
comment.
second last season. I mean, in the semis of the Champions League, what more do you want? Like, there are like 80, 90 teams who would actually swap places with us, right? So it's not like a
Yeah.
failure of a season as such.
Hmm.
We
Hmm.
should have we should have won. Obviously, that's the priority. But I won't say it's a bad season.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yep.
Yeah,
Manus bro, something to
I
add?
think
Yes.
this is going to be something of a factor this season.
Hmm.
मैं तो 2 साल से बोल रहा हूँ that we should have won the league,
Hmm.
Hmm.
and I was demanding from like the Podshot guys. I was called an idiot. कि भाई 2 years, how are you saying like first phase 3 we should win the league, and he came very close.
yeah,
Hmm.
And I was like, this is the you have to deliver the Premier League now.
Hmm.
If you don't see, you can all I find factors. We finished second, we have best squad, like culture fix and
yeah,
all of that. That's
yeah,
great,
yeah.
right? Ultimately, goal scorers are judged on goals, managers are judged on trophies. Unfortunately, that is the case.
Hmm.
So this sentiment, what Yash has just said, this sentiment is shared by a lot of people. This
Hmm.
will start boiling over if
Yeah,
things
yeah,
don't pan
sure.
out this season.
Yeah,
I
sure.
think it will happen. So
Yep.
even though I don't want him to leave, I think the pressure is going to be way too much this
Very
season
high,
if we
very high.
don't deliver
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. This I agree. This I agree. Even though I don't
And
want
next
to, the
season
pressure is
start
there.
start थोड़ा गंदा किया ना, like if we lose the next season का 2-3 game, then it will be like chaos,
Hmm.
right? Because
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
वेंगर के टाइम पे वैसे ही हुआ था, like after a certain time ना people are like थोड़े बढ़ बढ़ के फिर बाद में it was like pure toxic, right? So
Hmm. Hmm.
yeah.
Yep. 8 word says for 3 years we have the best out of position.
Hmm.
I think we can let loose a bit, man.
Hmm.
It is Arteta's philosophy. I mean, you can't change that man's principles. You can tweak it, not change it.
Hmm. Mr. Sarvin, when you want essay, okay, before EPL starts or after, because his release clause expires in 2 weeks. Okay.
No,
That's
release clause
tomorrow.
actually expires tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm. Terence Tibbs says Odegaard is like Shah Rukh Khan, the same acting in every movie. Oh wow. Wow, big allegations. Big allegations. Uh,
You see the hair playing an effect as well.
uh, yes, Havertz and Odegaard are legit passengers, especially Odegaard. I'm surprised we aren't even getting linked
Nah,
to
man,
an
nah,
attacking
that's too
midfielder.
harsh. That's too harsh.
Hmm.
I don't
Okay,
agree with this one, but
okay.
So
Yeah.
I think यहाँ पे if
Hmm.
I think this sentiment is also comes from uh, being forced to play a lot of low blocks
Hmm.
because teams know how good we are. Why
Hmm.
would they not? Why would they engage with us, right? So, okay,
Yeah.
let's take 3 points. Maybe we get a break. We score against them. How
Hmm.
would you break down a low block?
Hmm.
So saying I can get the best players, I can get a Messi, I can get this and that, X and Y. So how do you coach?
Hmm.
Hmm.
How would you do it?
I mean,
Have you do a thought experiment with yourself? How would you break down a low block? If you can't come up with an answer, if you can't come up with five different ways, then you ask these questions that who's a passenger and why does Odegaard come deep?
Hmm.
Why did Havertz play at striker even though he was not intended to play at striker, he was bought as
yeah,
a left mid.
Left. Hmm.
मुझे बताओ, like how do you coach? Are those things coached? Are those actions coached? Final third में कोई coach करता है players को?
nah,
Hmm.
that is my exact point. Because I feel that our attack is good enough to get to the positions where we can score, but it's just that we aren't able to score goals, and that is why it is seen that low blocks are an issue that only Arsenal faces.
So अगर if somebody wants to send me, because I keep thinking, so tell me, write it, send it to me. Let's do a thought experiment. How would you break down a low block? And obviously players make a difference. 100%, man. Players make a difference. You refresh the squad. This was something Sir Alex was incredibly good at.
Yeah,
Even though like tactically and all of that, he might not be the best in the world, but he was a great manager. So the football
Hmm.
manager thing is the tactics are 30% of the stuff.
Hmm.
yeah.
So tell me, how would you break down low blocks? How do you get the players to receive turn?
Hmm. He says, for me, there's no point in getting anyone. Arteta will change any creativity for mechanical back passes and hugging the touchline.
No.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, it's not like Arteta. I think Arteta is a lot risk averse.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I think that sort of flows into the players as well. I wish Odegaard would play lose possession. No, play a through ball, lose possession. Who cares?
yeah,
Lose possession, but play the ball, play the chipped ball. I think Declan made 2 or 3 runs. Even Martinelli made a few runs
yeah,
today, but not always. And the pass is on.
Hmm.
If somebody can play those passes, it's definitely in Odegaard's bag to play those passes. I think that is a factor. I agree that we are risk averse. We need to take more risks.
Hmm.
And now maybe Arteta maybe he should decouple. I think our model is great to play in the Champions League. Our model is incredible to play against top teams. But the mid-table, lower table
Hmm.
teams,
Hmm.
उनको break down करना मुश्किल है because those are also very good teams. The worst team in the Premier League is still a very very good team.
Hmm.
yeah.
They're very physical as well, right? So like Fulham, Palace, and all, unka midfield is very physical.
Uh,
They're very tough to break them down.
मुझको लगता है that Arsenal is seen as a team you do not want to lose against, and I feel that others, I mean the lower mid-table teams, look at Liverpool as a team where we can get 3 points off of them. I feel the mentality in the teams while facing us differs a bit
Hmm.
because they know the model that we employ and how. I mean, it is basically a template for them to come and get a draw.
Arush, what do you think about this comment? Third man runs and quick and movement and quick tempo will
Yeah,
change.
100%.
It is true. It is true. There's nothing to say
Hmm.
no about that one.
And an X factor like for City, KDB, pool with Trent and Salah. Hmm. Okay. Hmm.
What was Sanchez's comment? I think
Yeah, that's why
we.
I was just going back to
Uh,
that itself 1 second. Yeah. Parth kept saying it's a personal issue. Why that will improve us? What do you say? What do you
what do you do to
See us
change
change
tactically
tactically.
this season?
tactically?
I mean, we basically will keep the same shape. I mean, by new signings, Arsenal will not start to play a different brand of football. The essential principle will still remain the same. It's just that we'll have better players to execute the same thing. If you throw in somebody like a Eze, Rodrigo, Leao in the same position as Martinelli, I expect a better outcome. If I have my centre forward as Victor Gyökeres, who knows how to move in the box, how to take shots, I would definitely expect us to score more goals from the same position that Havertz was in last season or the season before that. And even he got those many goals, so there's no reason for Gyökeres to not score those many at least. It's just that.
I think it will come down to details in the end, high turnovers that we want
Yeah,
converting. Season before last was heavily over indexed on set pieces. So a lot of game states were just changed. Teams couldn't sit back because we scored from a set piece, so they have to come out.
yeah,
This season, I think those details should start going back, or we should start looking at the details, high turnovers, getting more shots off more quickly, and obviously from the last comment, move the ball slightly quicker.
yeah,
Take the vertical pass in between the lines, take the risk to play that ball. That's why I think Zubimendi is also very important to this season. I
yeah.
think he will be the most important this season. Outrightly the most important person that we have signed.
I completely agree.
Yeah, agree.
Okay. Bane bought bought KFC Boston. Can't wait. Honestly, man, even we can't wait to be honest. Ayush Lala, welcome, Ayush Lala. How are you, man? A Liverpool fan, by the way, Liverpool creator as well. Do check him out. Uh, how can you not win against Spurs?
How
Okay.
can you not win against AC Milan? I mean,
Like, how did Van Dijk let go of a close near post finish? Like, how did that happen against a Rafael? Like, goddamn! Imagine that happen against Arsenal. I guess we'll never know, right? Uh yeah. You guys remember our intense approach against PSG? Second leg for
oh
first 20
man,
minutes. Hmm.
Biggest what ifs
better
of last season.
footballers. Yep,
Yep. Biggest what
lot
is.
of what ifs.
Also, as if a central progression, we were 18th, I think. Oh wow.
No, I have got a point to make here. When you look at all the 20 teams in the league, most of the progression is done from wide areas. It's just the percentage of central progression, which inherently is a lot less for all the other teams. In that category, we fall 18th. So that's the thing. So it's not like central progression forms a key part of progression for all the other teams. It's just that we are 18 तो हम खराब है ऐसा नहीं है दूसरे टीम्स भी कोई बहुत ज्यादा तोप नहीं है it's just that we didn't have the personnel to execute it.
Okay. Because when Jokeris came in for the last 10 to 15 minutes, right? I was hoping to see some central passes. It all went wide, and then Jokeris was just doing his cardio in between. I was like, bro, at least now one central pass, please, one, just one,
Uh,
nothing
that
happened. I was
is that is the exact thing that got me worried. I
like,
started the stream by saying the exact same thing. Even
hmm,
when Gyökeres was on, we were doing the same thing that we used to do last season.
hmm,
Same.
hmm. Maybe it's just that it's that muscle memory from last 2 3 years where they have to go wide, and that's how they need to get it. Maybe let's just hope by the Emirates Cup things sort out. At least by the last Emirates Cup, it should be sorted, in my opinion. If not, then well,
But
it'll be sad.
Manas Bhai and Prath Bhai, what are your thoughts on this? I mean, the central progression thing. Is it
Hmm.
overstated according to you, or we do really lack in that respect?
The Manas, you go first.
So, Saleh, this
Let him drink water, bro.
So this is
uh,
nice. So what happens is that when we ask such questions, right? Parth will say, "Arush." It's like nice here. Here, Prath bro is like, "Hey, Manas bro." Yeah. So have you water? No, let us know.
This, I think, centrally, the, the risk was always there is a high risk to play centrally. Teams will not let you play centrally. And then we didn't have the personnel to play centrally, even though Party could. But Party is somebody I felt he lacks technical empathy. Like he will rifle a pass into you.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Like he will put the ball into you like कि बस मैंने तो दे दिया अब तुम देखो.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
So I think all of those factors are there. Plus, obviously, the coach who's sort of like risk averse in that sense as well. That if you lose the ball centrally and all that, but teams also started pressing us narrowly, like very narrow central box. They were happy to let us go wide, where you at least have like the touchline to as a defender.
Hmm.
I think all of those factors are there. We do definitely don't protect progress, but I wish that we'd take more risks this season. I think there were a few moments in preseason versus Newcastle as well where Zubomendi put a ball through, uh, and it's in these guys' bags, man. These guys can play those balls. Even Rice can play those balls.
Yeah.
So I think it's just a factor of like execution at this point.
Hmm.
I would say my personal view is that you talked about Gyökeres coming in for the last 10-15 minutes. He had, I think, 3 or 4 touches today. So
Yeah.
it's a bit too early for us to suggest this won't change, right? So I'll just wait for another couple of games. Like we'll see what happens in the Emirates Cup. This could be what the same, because we have Havertz as a centre forward in our mind, right, in the model, and we're playing according to him as a centre forward, right? So there's something like once Gyökeres comes in, once Noni comes in, these guys start, then you might see a lot of change happening, right? So, like right now, looking at the 3 games or 2 games, I'm not really worried. But if this trend continues over the next 2 games, I think that's where I think there could be a worry that we are not changing. We are not going past what we used to do last 2 or 3 seasons, right? So I'll just reserve my thoughts for the time being, but we'll get to know in the next 2 or 3 games, like in the Emirates Cup, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Since Prath bro, since you brought it up, right? I think it's a nice way to like segue into the last bit of our conversations. We'll talk about the Emirates Cup, and then we'll talk a little bit about our possible transfers that need to be made or that could be made, right? Okay. Emirates Cup. We're playing against Villarreal and who? We are playing against
Athletic Bilbao.
Yeah, Villarreal and Atletico Bilbao, right? August 6th and August 9th, right? Okay. Since we have 5 of us, right? I'll ask each one of you one expectations in that Emirates Cup. Cool. Okay. Ready? Okay.
Yeah.
We'll start with Aarush. Aarush, what is your one expectations? What's your one expectations for the Emirates Cup?
One expectation, I think, to win it, obviously, but to actually have our newer signings accommodated into the squad, to get them know what the club is, how the club functions, obviously on the pitch, but as to how we can actually dominate games against European sides in particular, because we've come up against sides from the Premier League. I think clubs like Villarreal and Bilbao give us a challenge that we would actually face in the Champions League per se for the season we have. Both very good options, both have very good individual talent. We may face Nico Williams again. We may face players like Molero and stuff like that for Villarreal, who's just signed for them. So I think it's going to be something interesting. We should be winning both games comfortably. I should be saying that as well. Both Spanish sides, something similar to expect. So yeah, I think we should at least minimum. I should want our newer signings to fit into gel into the squad and actually fluidly like just play the game.
Okay. Mrs. Arvind says Paqueta somehow clear of charges. Well, we'll never know, I guess. But we'll never know. Yeah. I also remember games where Calafiori or Miles takes the ball, drives centrally, and opens up the game.
Yeah. That will happen a lot.
Emirates Cup, Nico Williams auditions. Anyone's
For
expectations?
2036 or 20.
No chance he comes now.
Yeah. If it's anyone's expectations, we've changed it. Yeah, cool. Manas bro, what's your one expectation for the Emirates Cup?
I would have wished for newer dynamics, something different, but I don't think we'd have anybody different.
Okay,
So my expectation would be no injuries.
good. That people do not realize how
Yes.
important that is. Right? That's a very good,
Yeah.
nice one. Parth,
Uh, Noni Madueke at left wing, and I want to see Gyökeres score goals because I think
one expectation. You tell
Noni
one.
Madueke at left wing.
So,
Anybody but Martinelli or Trossard.
so Parth, looks like you have finally come to the point where Madueke could be the left winger for Arsenal, right?
I
What
mean,
has happened? What has happened?
Martinelli and Trossard have happened, man. It's that simple.
Fair enough. Aarush, what do you say? I would say.
Also, we might face a very familiar face, Nicholas Pepe.
What the
Okay.
hell?
Oh, oh,
Pepe left
Villarreal.
Villarreal, man, yeah.
Oh, oh, yeah. I forgot about that. Damn. Okay. Huh. Ayush Lala says Gyökeres scoring a hat trick.
Gyökeres. Yeah, man.
Fair enough. 8 words says Kalabiri segment. Oh God. Oh my. Uh,
Uh,
Parth, what is this? I don't know how to
हृदय
read.
परिवर्तन कुछ
Verticality.
नहीं है भाई मतलब मुझे डर लगता है जब मैं मार्टिनेली और ट्रॉसार्ड को देखता हूँ
Hmm.
ट्रॉसार्ड भी एक बार का मैं सह सकता हूँ जब मैं मार्टिनेली को देखता हूँ डर लगता है मुझे
Mm-hmm.
Also, can we quickly touch upon Reece Nelson's performances off the bench? Because I thought he was really good, but obviously
Okay.
there's a
yeah
sale coming.
Wait. We'll get there. We'll get there.
yeah
Nice. Prath, bro, what's your one expectations? And then we'll come to your point, Ayush.
Yeah,
Aarush.
I actually want to see Gyökeres play more. Hopefully start because
Hmm.
as Manas said that we are actually expecting him to play at Old Trafford, right, or
Hmm.
start at Old Trafford. So this is a good opportunity to see what he's like, and
Hmm.
hopefully he starts. He's fit enough to start for us,
Hmm.
knows the system well enough to start for us, and I hope he scores goals as well. But my main objective is like he should get around 60 minutes, like 60-65 minutes.
I think
Means,
Gyökeres' success is very very important
Yeah, yeah,
and
hmm.
yeah,
hinged on goals.
yeah,
Yeah.
गोल नहीं मारेगा तो बहुत बड़ा प्रॉब्लम
yeah,
है.
Hmm.
yeah.
Hmm. Okay.
Also, what
Hmm.
are your all of our expectations with Gyökeres this season? Like, how many goals do you think he'll be scoring in the Premier League? Like non-penalty goals.
Okay.
15.
I'll
Like,
start. Yeah. Same. Minus
yeah,
by same thing. For me, sorry to cut you off, Prath, bro.
yeah, sure,
For,
sure, sure.
for me, in the league, I want 15 goals because I do not know when was the last time we had an Arsenal striker to score 15 goals.
Yeah.
Just in the league, you give
I
15 goals in the
mean,
league, I'll take it.
I
if
think I
Havertz
think
is
we're
doing
looking at
well,
I'm looking at someone like an Havertz numbers, right? The Manas has just told us in the beginning of the stream that it was
Hmm.
around 16, 17 goals, right? So even if he gets around those numbers, I think it's a very good season, like 17, 18 goals in the
Hmm.
league, like
Hmm.
non-penalty goals.
I think the closest has been Havertz, if I'm not wrong. Is it like 12, 13 or 14, right?
Hmm. Yeah,
13 or
yeah
14.
I mean
13 or
last
14.
2024
last
he
season,
was
Uh,
he was on course to go 18, I think.
18,
yeah.
17 or 18, yeah.
He was, but then again, imagine Havertz scoring 18 goals. So Gyökeres should
Yeah,
get depending again on minutes, obviously. Like
Okay. Hmm,
if,
hmm, hmm,
minutes to goals, and obviously if he can
hmm,
keep up his shots per 90,
hmm,
hmm.
yeah
which is around almost around four, which is a
hmm,
lot. So
four
hmm,
if
shots
you
yeah
if you like normalize it for Premier League,
hmm,
3.5, 3.2, if he's getting, then okay. It has to be above 3.
hmm,
Hmm.
hmm. Uh, Sucheet, Oba, I think
Oba,
Oba was, I think was,
2020.
yeah, 20. I think 20 with
20
Mane, if I'm not wrong. Yeah,
yeah
yeah.
now Gyökeres should be getting 15 NPG easily I
Hmm, hmm,
mean that's the least we can expect of a striker
Yeah,
I mean,
hmm,
yeah.
hmm.
come on
Arish, what is your answer to this question?
I would say 20.
Damn,
If you're
in the
getting a certified bagman, that's your
fair
job.
enough
wait, in the
fair
league
enough
or like in overall?
I
league
would say overall. Give me overall 20, 25, and I would be
Hmm.
happy. League, give me
Oh,
15 plus, I'll be happy.
okay. I want 15 at least in the
and
league.
for
I'll be
starters at least score against the teams we were not able to score prior to you coming it's as
fair.
simple as
For
Yeah.
For that, I would say against teams that we don't score, Arsenal, please win those games. I don't care
Yeah.
who scores the goal.
Just win. 55 million में इतना ही मिलेगा ग्लॉकर गोल.
He wins the golden boot, man. The tacticos would be in the mud.
When is Jesus returning? Probably Good Friday.
I think November,
Thanksgiving.
November is
Easter.
the expectation. November, December.
Mhm.
He's not.
Somewhere I read that since he's not yet returned back to his fitness, right? Flamingo has pulled out of the race to like sign him at least on loan.
Were
I
they not
mean,
aware of it?
yeah, I mean, how are they actually gonna do medical when he's not fit, right? So,
Ah,
I mean,
Yeah. I think
fair.
he'll be sold in January.
Yeah,
Yeah,
same.
I feel the same.
Chris Wood. Kunj, nice point. Yeah, if Chris Wood can score 20, then
no,
Gyökeres
he
have
didn't.
to.
Nah, I think he has 17 last season.
Hmm.
Chris Wood didn't get 20, I think.
Chris
True.
Wood is at least Premier League proven, so we can cut Gyökeres some slack. 15,
Oh,
15.
is it far? Is it?
Okay, but Chris Wood is not defended like Arsenal are defended. No.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
He's a transition. He scores on lot of
You
goals in
put
transition.
Counter-oriented.
Yeah, yeah, counter
you
oriented.
put Gyökeres in that Forest, in
Yeah,
that last season's Forest side, he would have outscored Wood, and by a
yeah.
lot.
Even Newcastle, right? If he's
Yeah.
playing for
Newcastle,
a
yeah,
team
good
like
shout.
Newcastle, yeah, he would have scored a
Good
lot.
shout. Yeah.
Yeah.
Still streaming Ainsley. Welcome, bro. By the way, Barca fan, Arsh's friend, must be very happy with Rashford as well. We never know.
It's
But
a
this
big
season,
win today as well, right?
how many?
7-3.
7. Milan
Yeah.
scored 8 goals today. Milan scored 8 goals today or something. If I'm not wrong. Yeah.
We
Hey.
went against that
Shame on Liverpool,
super.
man.
We went against that super Milan side.
Hmm.
But they won against an
But
Australian team, if I'm not wrong.
Oh, damn, never mind then. Willock also injured. Oh, damn, crazy.
yeah,
Yeah, Madueke will be better than Dumb and Dumber.
Hmm.
Oh.
Okay.
I think he will be fine. Like I've seen him play for at left wing for Chelsea. I think he'll be fine.
Hmm.
Won't be that bad like what people are expecting. His shots are also very consistent, right? So he
Yeah.
takes around 3 or 4 shots at the left wing as well. So like,
Hmm.
yeah, I won't. I don't think he'll be very disappointing as such, but yeah, won't be as good as what he's on the right wing.
my only question is who's the dumb and who's the dumber out of the two?
Moving on. Guys, do you think this is a system Rice is not fully utilized in terms of his attacking phase? I think Skelly does not help Rice in terms of attack. Oh,
Hmm.
I feel we utilize Rice to his fullest potential, which isn't the best thing to do.
okay. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, Arush. Well, bring out your question because
Decent
it's already
question.
yeah, because somebody already answered that question before you even brought it up. Go on.
Bring out my question. Which one?
Reece Nelson.
Oh yeah, the Reece Nelson question
Hmm.
as to what. Obviously, we do see him being sold,
Hmm.
but
Hmm.
how positive were his spells off the bench? Even today, when Trossard got injured, he came
Hmm.
on for that emergency sub.
Hmm.
So how do you just see him actually
So see, the
being the
thing is,
difference maker?
Aarush. Yeah, I mean, Aarush, whenever he plays, like Melson plays, he does well for us, right? But the
Mhm.
thing is that he's very injury prone. Like he misses, I think he hasn't had like 5 or 6 consistent games at the stretch, right? So
Mhm.
that's the biggest issue with him, right? So if you are like coming on for 30 minutes playing well and then the next match you're injured,
Hmm.
then what's the value of a player, right? So like
Mhm.
it's best to sell him off because at least we're gaining some money off him right now because then again next season he'll be like 1 year left
Hmm.
and then it becomes like an unsellable asset, right? So
Hmm.
like that's the thing with him.
For me,
Okay.
Reese was that guy before Saka, right? So I have like huge soft spot for him. But what you said is absolutely right. Forget 5. He can't have 3 games in a row. 5 is
Yeah.
a stretch in my opinion. 3 itself he can't because at Fulham also, since I have soft spot there, I was watching a bit of him at Fulham. 2-3 matches he'll play properly, then finish. Next game he'll start and then he'll be down.
Hmm.
Then he'll take some 2-3 months gap, not like a 1 week or 2 game week gap.
Hmm.
Straight
Hmm.
2-3 months gap, and then he'll come back. He'll take time to get in form. He'll play properly, and then again gone. So poor guy. Just
Yeah, yeah,
so many
yeah.
injuries. Yeah.
Is in the wheelchair, DRB sort of category where these players are good, but very injury prone. So you have to move them on after a while, right? So,
Arush, Reese this season is this season every
hmm,
preseason is
hmm.
injuries and then he starts. Yeah, he's then
Yeah,
dropped
that's the
sadly.
thing.
Yep, absolutely.
Agree.
Yeah, agree.
Oh yeah, Oh my God, we completely forgot about Mosquera's
Yeah,
cameo.
he was good. He was tidy,
Mm.
man.
Yeah, he looked really good. He genuinely
Yeah.
looked really good. Mansur, you have something to add? Did you notice
Yeah,
something?
I think he looked very good. Right centre back, Saliba went towards left,
Hmm.
Hmm.
and yeah, I think he held his own in his cameo.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Good progression. Yeah, I think it's going to be a good backup to Saliba.
Absolutely. People expected him to play in that LCB position because, like Arush has seen a lot of him during the under 20s. He said that he's played more as a LCB rather than an RCB. People were surprised like how Saliba went to the LCB position, maybe like a Van Dijk kind of situation. You never know, right? We can see something like that. Your profit.
Mhm.
I went to play today and saw an Arsenal fan wearing a United jersey. What? It must be a prank or something, bro. But yeah, not surprised. He showed what he's good at and his weakness. Yeah. Oh,
He,
Oscar.
he really didn't have an aerial duel to contest for Teddy.
Hmm.
I didn't notice it. Just looked at his on the ball thing, and he was great at it. I mean, he actually played a line breaking pass to one of our midfielders, if I'm not wrong.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. Before we go to last bit of our conversation, right? I just want to say that the Football Showdown has an FPL tournament. If you guys have not yet joined us, do join us. End of the season, definitely there will be a jersey giveaway. I'm not doing it 2000. I'm not doing it any other number that we're going to reach with our subscribers. I don't have a job to fund every thousand, so no. Once the season ends, definitely there will be a jersey giveaway. One or two, definitely we'll do it. But do join in. I will close the registration link or the registration after game week 5. So do tune in and yeah, uh, start joining the league. Did we have anything else? Mosquera 0 out of 3. Oh wow.
I mean, I didn't see it with my own eyes, so I really can't comment.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. Yeah. Prath bro, any conversation that you want to bring up regarding transfers? This is your moment. Go ahead.
Um, I just told you my point of view, right? So I think the last transfer will be Eze. We might get someone like Eze in, but I think it will be like a very last moment sort of transfer, right? I think it will be like during the end, like the deadline date, 31st, 30th August sort of transfer, right? But right now, the next 2 or 3 weeks will be fully sales based.
Hmm.
uh, we will see the regular players like Sambi Lokonga, Vieira,
Hmm.
Zinchenko, all these guys leave and
Right.
Hmm.
Eze come in the last moment. So yeah, that's what my what I think will happen, and only one player will come. Like a lot of people are expecting a left winger and Eze to come in. I don't think that will happen.
What
Mhm.
do you guys think about him as an alternative to
No,
what?
I don't think he'll come because
Hmm.
Don't leave
Everton
Everton.
actually, yeah, I think Everton have him as one of their best players, right? So
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
yeah, that's from my end.
No, I feel Manas bro has something to add.
Yeah.
You don't rate him?
No, no, I don't think it's the same. It's a profile or sort of kind of the player that we need right now, and
Hmm.
it would be way too difficult to get him in.
Hmm.
I think Eze is doable, easier. The player wants to come,
Yeah,
and
Arsenal fan as
like
well, right?
yeah, of course,
Hmm.
trained at Arsenal as well.
Hmm. Hmm.
Hmm.
So I think and like Semper was saying, I think it will happen in the end, but it should happen because
Yeah,
left wing is something that we have to address. We
yeah,
can't go into the season not addressing the left wing because it's
Yeah.
going to be more of the same otherwise.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. When Arsenal knocks, it's a different knock.
It's-
Yeah. 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 Okay, we'll wrap up the stream here. It's been a great
Okay,
conversation.
I
Yeah,
had
go on,
one
Prath.
small thing, right? So
Go
we
on.
have seen Shaka going to Sunderland, right? So
Hmm.
what are your views? Because like 2 years back, he said that he's leaving England for Germany because of
Hmm.
private reasons, all that
Hmm.
stuff, and again is back in England after after 2 years. So it was not expected.
Hmm.
And the
Hmm. Hmm.
other part was people are he was given a leadership role and a coaching role there as well, right? So
Hmm.
what do you think? Like, what do you think about the move? Because like a lot of Arsenal fans have attachment towards him. Like,
Hmm.
what is your perspective towards that?
I think clearly it is because of Erik Ten Hag at Bayern Leverkusen. I see, exactly, exactly. See, even he agrees. Ten Hag will- uh,
No,
I,
but it was a very dire look, man. The interview or whatever the
Yeah,
segment
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah,
Sunderland
yeah,
had
yeah,
with Xhaka,
yeah,
it
yeah,
was pretty
yeah, yeah.
weird. He literally had no idea about the club.
hmm, hmm,
Of
hmm.
course he didn't. It's the most random thing
Exactly.
happening. This
And the
yeah, go
fact
ahead.
that he was fighting to go to Sunderland is what makes it even funnier. He only wants Sunderland. I mean,
I don't know
Uh,
what it was, maybe
hmm,
money
hmm.
or something. I don't know.
yeah, yeah.
Money, I don't, yeah,
I don't-
probably it'd be the captaincy, I guess, because they do need
Why,
leadership in that team, I guess.
bro?
I don't
But
know.
why would you be on your knees to join Sunderland? I mean,
Yeah,
come
sure,
on.
sure.
Hmm, hmm,
They
When
had a
AC
good
Milan and
window,
stuff
but
were
I
there for
think
him.
they have had a good window. Like I think they'll
hmm,
stay up this season. Like
hmm,
last 2 3 seasons, we are seeing the same teams getting relegated, right? So
hmm, hmm.
Yeah.
Weber, I think, hopefully Sunderland will stay back. I think.
So
Hopefully, hopefully,
another
it'll be
idea.
nice, nice
How
Barclays football.
how much did we sell Shaka for? 25 odd, huh?
23 million, I guess.
Ah, a
And
good
we
shade,
also
man. Good
made
shade.
money off Ramsdale and Xhaka's moves
Ramsdale, man.
to the club.
Crazy.
Ramsdale is loan, right? I'm not sure whether
Loan
it's
to
like
Yeah,
Newcastle, yeah.
it's a
Loan.
loan
with an
to with
obligation.
option. Yeah, option or obligation. I'm not sure. Yeah.
Hmm. Chintu, when European champions come
Okay.
knocking, says, what?
They're
Fine.
joking, is it?
Ha 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 ha
Fine.
ha.
Fine.
Fair enough, fair enough. Okay. Do we have anything else that you guys want to talk, or shall we wrap up the stream?
Fine. Wrap it up.
Okay, fine then.
Trafford
Yeah.
is that new goalkeeper of City got Trafford.
Oh,
Yeah,
James
Trafford's
The
good.
Trafford.
City keeper.
Yeah,
He was good at Burnley. I mean,
He had the
last
most
season even
clean
he got
sheets
the
last season.
headlines.
Hmm.
He's a good penalty stopper, I feel. I mean, he did well for the England national team. So, yeah.
I feel he should stay at Burnley for at least this season. If Burnley do not get relegated, then I mean, then probably continue with
he's
this.
already signed, though, no?
Yeah, he has signed. He
Yeah,
has
Yeah,
signed
he's
that.
signed.
It is confirmed
Ortega,
that.
that Stefan Ortega guy is leaving, right?
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
Ortega is leaving.
Ederson is first choice. This guy's a backup.
And I just feel that it's a stupid move.
Wait,
I
wait, wait.
feel Ortega.
Ortega is confirmed, but where?
Not confirmed. Like he's
I
supposed to
mean,
leave.
yeah, Fabrizio's tweeted
Fabrizio.
that
Yeah, yeah.
Ortega's been told to leave City.
and
Oh,
Burnley already signed a keeper from the first division of Bundesliga, and
hmm.
he's one of Germany's best keeper.
Okay,
So
okay.
makes
Hmm.
sense as to they've gotten rid of him.
But
Hmm.
I just feel that it's not a good move to keep Ederson and let go of Ortega. I feel Ortega was a better keeper. So yeah.
Overall, I think Ortega was nice. Edison
Yeah.
was more on, how do we say? Just, I think, on the
Good on
ball
the foot.
rather than,
He was
yeah.
Yeah,
still
good on
living
foot
off the
because
hype
Yeah.
that he created when City used to rule Premier League.
Ramsdale double agent for us. Shoot from anywhere when we face Newcastle, guaranteed.
Or they'll
yes,
probably just put a
pigeon
pigeon on the
phobia
pitch.
as well, right? Yeah,
Pigeon
pigeon
phobia.
phobia
Pigeon phobia.
Just put a
against
pigeon on the
Southampton.
pitch and it's
Yeah, yeah,
done.
yeah. Against Southampton, that's happening.
Yeah. Oh, nah, man. We got our own penalty stopper in
Stop.
Kepa.
Man.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, fair
Yeah.
enough. Fair enough. Yeah, I think that's nice. Three preseason games. Arsenal, we have finally seen after a month and a half gap of in between. We had a preseason tournament. Some people glorified it with a lot of money in it. Some people have said, "Oh, we have done a lot." Who cares, right? Arsenal are back. We've had a lot of discussion regarding it over 3 streams regarding the preseasons. First of all, I hope all the UK fans or not UK, all the Western fans understand how important it is to have international fans who put in that much time to watch their beloved club at random hours, 4:30, 2:30, 6:30 a.m. in the morning. People like me who struggle to wake up even at 11 o'clock, even them, right? It's been a great spectacle all over in Singapore and Hong Kong. Overall, it's nice to see that we have come off in a decent way. We have done our cardio. Tactically, I
Yeah.
think the Emirates Cup will be the one that shows how we are going to be playing in the next season. So, yeah, we definitely will have conversations then. Definitely, we will try and bring on Manas bro and Prath bro then as well. So, yeah, if you guys like this team, I hope you have liked this team as well. If you are not yet subscribed, keep subscribing. The FPL code is there in the description, so do check it out. And yeah, that's it from us. We'll see you soon. Good night to all of you out there. Till we see you again, good morning, good evening, good night, wherever you're in the world. Bye bye. Good night.
Bye.